Hello, my name is Renaissance and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm happy that you're staying here and I love to yap. That's it about me. So today I will discuss the topic how I feel for having the perfect mix of face of my both biggest haters, aka my parents, and how I try to cope with it and don't look crazy while doing it. So first of all, I don't know how to live with it actually. I just live. I don't know how to feel about it. I just feel. And I can't do for anything about it. I think a lot of things. I just feel so empty inside and out. I have Oh my god. Wait. It works again. So my parents tried to kill me many times. My father, even when I was born, tried to throw me away because I was a daughter and I wasn't a son. I come actually from Iraq, but I live in Germany since about 2017 or something, which means I am kind of a German with immigration background. And I feel a lot of things about my parents that I can't explain, but I know that I don't love them. I never loved my parents. Does it mean I hate myself? No. I just have a lot of respect towards myself. An amount of respect that I never ever felt towards my parents, because my parents were actually just losers who never took care of any of their children, that I had to step up to raise my siblings and myself, by the way. And sometimes I just feel so weird that I have their faces. When I laugh, I hear my mother. When I look in the mirror, I see my father and also my mother. And when I move my hands or do any crazy laugh after boxing this lamb, I remember my mom. And it just kind of so weird that you are hated and so disrespected by the people who should have loved you the most. Like they should have did everything for you. And I know I will slip into some themes that I always want to talk about, and I always talk about, by the way, because I have certain themes that I love to talk about the whole fucking time. And that is how actually my parents did not even the bare minimum, by the way, and how they think they did everything they could to do. So first of all, I think it's the bare minimum to give your child the financial freedom and the financial capacity to do everything they want to do, because you brought them to this world. And I personally think it's a selfish act to bring children to this world, not a selfless act. And I don't know anybody with those economic, patriarchal, colonialism mindset that our birth rates are declining. I don't give a fuck about it. Children should be a luxury, not a necessity. And bringing children to this world to do what you want to do with yourself, but you are a pussy to do it, won't solve your mental health problem, neither the world's problem. And I'm pretty convinced that most parents, or a lot of them, because I know I will hurt some parents who are so good to their children, you are just a pussy for doing things to your child that you want to do to yourself. That you had to bring an extra object to this world. Yes, an object, because that's what a lot of parents see their children. They don't see them as human. They don't see them as an own separated human being. They don't see them that way. And I swear I'm not lying in any way or shape or form. In their subconscious mind, they don't see you as a own child, as an own thing that you have to take care of and to understand. You don't have to be them, you have to understand them. You don't have to have the same opinion to understand somebody. For example, I understand why women love women, but I'm not a lesbian, neither a bisexual, to understand it in a real experienced way. And parents, instead of solving their own thing, they will bring an object to this world and try to manipulate it and sculpture it to something that they themselves are too lazy to be. They are too lazy to go after their dreams. They are too lazy to go and earn money. They are too lazy to be anything. So they demand from you as a child that they brought to this world and didn't give you even the bare minimum to do everything for them. Even raise their own children, which I, by the way, did. I even raised myself. And people are just ungrateful. They think that's the bare minimum what you should do as a child. Object. And that's why I think people who bring children to this world are just selfish. And I think children should be a luxury. You should have, like, society or the regimes or the government or whatsoever you want to call, should actually make a checkup to parents. For example, you have to be mentally stable, physically stable, and also financially stable to can support a child. Because I know a lot of humans in a scary number, not just from everyday life, but also on the internet, who would have loved Nate being born, because they were never treated as humans. Never. And I think that's one of the reasons why when children get as they never really talk about it, because they don't trust their parents, because their parents see them exactly as the people who did that to them see them. Of course, that's my opinion. I'm not an expert in any field, at least now, beside being a yapologist, what you want to call it, a new word. So that's why I hate those parents who are like, I brought you to this world. Bare minimum, you fucked your wife. What about it? What about it so special for fucking your wife? So that's why I don't know how to feel about anything, but I think I put it in a poem really good that I can read for you if you want to listen to it. I am sad and I am hurt. I am considering cutting my wrists with swords, or maybe stab my heart because I can't make art. I feel useless and empty, and my way feels so dusty. I have a child heart that never got loved and always got catched off guard. I have a teenager's brain that never stops thinking of catching the life's train. I have an old woman's soul that knows everything will be okay at the ending as a whole. I have the body of a 21 years old that never stopped being bold. Why am I me? Why do I have to deal with something I never asked to be? I feel like a mess, like playing chess, but I never impress. Because I wait for this sign, for an intuition, for something that can tell it's the real life, my life. You just feel this urge to be everything and nothing at the same time, because you were conditioned from a young age. At least I'm speaking from my experience for being the oldest daughter, and for having the parents that I told you that I had, because my parents for me are dead. Even if they are physically not dead, I don't love them. I don't feel any positive emotion towards them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear from them. But of course they leave their impacts, exactly what should do. You know? It's like this. And I just feel a lot of things. It just feels so disorienting, and you have to take time to bring everything to its right order in the first, so that you live your life. And it feels always that you have to catch the train of life, because you never had the experience of sleeping over with your friends. You had never had the experience of having a boyfriend in your teenage years. You never had the experience that your parents understand you. You never had the experience to sit with your parents and talk about something you want to talk about. You never had the experience that your parents will motivate you to do something just because you love it, just because you find interesting. And you now have to be something for yourself that you never knew how to do it. It's exactly like being a parent. I was a child for being a parent for myself, and now I have to fix something that I did as a child as a survival mechanism, and exactly live in a body that made up from the bodies of two people who hated me. And I don't want to even hear from them, I never hated all of you, because if you tell me that, I will the chance that I ever forgive you will be more zero than it's already it. It will be minus 1 million, because you don't tell me how I felt about you. I felt about you and I felt from you, and that's it. Period. We don't discuss my feelings. My feelings are real, are valid, and if you disrespect them, it's because you never respected me. Because you tell me what I felt was wrong. And it's just, you have to reparent yourself, and I'm trying to reparent myself from habits that I've won to distract the hurt, the everything that happened to me. And sometimes I feel so empty, and sometimes I feel so full. Sometimes I feel alive, and sometimes I just feel dead. And it's okay to be this in this polarity, because you never asked about it. You never asked to be that. But you still came strong out of it. Not because of your trauma, but despite it. And don't let anybody tell you, oh, your trauma made you stronger. Shut the fuck up. No. It's actually scientifically even proven that you are stronger despite your trauma, not because of your trauma. Because trauma leaves scars in your brain and body that is really hard to heal it. Maybe to end of your life, you will never ever be the same. And it's okay to never be the same, because you can be instead somebody new. At least I tell myself that, to kind of forget the feeling of being mistreated and being left by yourself. And that's okay. I think that's one of the reasons why I love myself so much. Because I learned if you try to love yourself, it's already a sign that you love yourself. Because you are trying it for you. Because you are trying it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And that's actually are my feeling for what I feel about being born from my biggest haters. So, yeah, bye. Love you.